Hi everyone, my name is Amanda and I am in Wilmington, North Carolina. Today I'm making a video for you in regards to things to do with small children here in Wilmington. I have a lot of people ask me this question, both locals and people who are going to be visiting the area. So I put together myself a little list, and these are not in order, but a lot of these things are either very inexpensive and or free. So number one on the list that I made was Jungle Rapids, which is on Oleander Drive here in Wilmington. Jungle Rapids is a family fun park. They have a lot of fun things to do in the summer. They have a nice big water park. They also have an arcade, go-kart races, a rock climbing wall, laser tag. Now they've also got a bowling alley inside, like a little small arcade bowling alley. And then also a kids jungle for kids, I think maybe 8 and old and younger. It's for smaller children, but it's like an inside, it's got a lot of tunnels and ball pits and stuff, and it's really fun for kids. Also on my list is the Fort Fisher Aquarium, which is a really good aquarium, has a lot of fun things for children. They always change out their exhibits and they always have something new each year. I think this year they have a butterfly house. Last year they had a lorikeet cage where like the birds could just fly on you and you could feed them, and it's the same thing now with butterflies. They have dinosaur exhibits. They just have a lot of really cool things, and you can always check on their schedule online for free events. Scuba divers feeding the fish, and live little craft shows and things like that for children, so that's really good. Also, of course, the beach. We've got Carolina Beach, Fort Fisher, and Wrightsville Beach, all within a very short driving distance. Those are all definitely free, but you do have to pay for parking. If you park in Carolina Beach or Wrightsville Beach, Cary Beach is free parking. Word of the wise. And then another thing, which I have on the list, which they kind of go together, is the ferry in Fort Fisher. You can take the Fort Ferry Fisher over to Southport, and there's another beach. You can either take the ferry back or drive, but that's always fun for children, and I think it's $5 a car. It's really inexpensive, and there's a lot of really cool shops and historic things in Southport that are always fun to check out. The zoo on Carolina Beach Road is another thing on my list. It's not a very big zoo, but it is deceiving. From the road, it looks like a hole in the wall. There are quite a few animals there. Very inexpensive zoo, nothing like the state park admission or the state zoo admission, but doesn't have as many animals. You can probably walk the entire thing in maybe like an hour and a half. So, but it is fun, and my daughter seems to like that too. Another thing on the list is Defy Gravity on Market Street. Defy Gravity is like an indoor trampoline park, and they have foam pits, really fun, mostly for smaller children, but adults can have fun there too. Also, Bounce is on Shipyard Boulevard in Wilmington, and Bounce is an indoor, it's pretty much indoor bouncy houses. They have a ton of bouncy houses inside, so you can go when it's raining or when it's cold outside. They've got specifically for toddlers, and they have ones for bigger kids, and they've also got games in there too, so it's pretty fun. A little bit more on the pricey side, I would say, for what they have to offer, but again, if you've got children who are in different age groups, you can keep them both occupied there, and you don't have to worry about them getting a sunburn or worry about being cold in the winter. So, a good place to go. Also, another thing on my list are the parks here in Wilmington. I don't know, I'm not originally from Wilmington, so the parks here just amaze me. There's so many parks to go to and to choose from. You've got Hugh McRae Park on College Road, which is by the university, and that is a very nice park. They're also putting in a splash pad there, which will be very exciting. They've got a dog park, they've got ponds and lakes. It's very nice. Also, you've got Veterans Park, which is off of 17th Street Extension. That's a nice park. A little bit less things to do, but more woodsy and natural nature. Then you've got Airlie Gardens, which is a garden. You have to pay it to go in there, but it's very nice. You've got Greenfield Lake. You've got the Cary Beach Park, which is very nice. Wrightsville Beach Park. There's a lot of parks in this area, so definitely check them out. The piers, Carolina Beach Pier, Curry Beach Pier, and Johnny Mercer's Pier. Carolina and Curry Beach Pier are free. I think Johnny Mercer's, you have to pay to go out on it, but it's always a fun thing to do with the children, you know, just take them out there and walk. Curry Beach Pier always has pelicans at the end usually, so that's something that everybody likes to go check out. Also just to see the kind of fish that people are reeling in. It's always interesting. There's arcade games there. Some of them have restaurants, so that's something very either free or inexpensive to do. That is fun. Also, another thing, the very last thing on my list are the museums, and here in Wilmington we've got the Cape Fear Museum on Market Street, and then also we do have the Children's Museum downtown, which is very, very fun for small children. And they have a lot of really cool things to do there. And then the Battleship, USS Battleship, North Carolina, that's something interesting to check out. A lot of times the adults are more interested in that, but children do as well. Then you've got the Fort Fisher the Fort Fisher Museum, which is neat, and it's free admission. You know, also another thing a lot of locals here in the area aren't aware of is there's a website called whatsonwilmington.com, and you can go on that website and there's a lot of free or inexpensive events that you can see on there. For instance, the first Sunday of every month, they do free admission to Airlie Gardens and also to the Cape Fear Museum. So that's something you could always take the kids to do first Sunday of each month, you know, one day a month, they're rotate at Airlie Gardens. You know, and then the Cape Fear Museum the next month, and just keep rotating it out, and they won't get tired of it that quick. So, anyways, those are the things that I had on my list. I'm sure there's lots more things to do in this area that I'm either unaware of or I didn't have time to mention. So if you've got any ideas or any advice, then definitely leave a comment below and let me know. Feel free to like and subscribe. Actually, please like and subscribe this video. It helps me get higher up in the rankings. It doesn't help me get paid or nothing like that. And then feel free to share on social media. Thanks so much for watching, guys.